Howdy, Beefalo Bard here, and just a quick video. I want to talk about the upcoming patch 1.8. Now, there's a few things that really are going to stand out, and one is new PvP mode, which should make a lot of people happy, which I may even take part in. It's 4 versus 4, and will be small, compact arenas where the action will be a lot faster, and yeah, it should be a lot of fun. The next big thing is one big portion of the map, which actually is broken in two halves, and it will go from this line here down into here, and it is the west side docks, including what's going to be pretty much where everybody's going to go. You're going to have the Intrepid, which is the aircraft carrier, which is going to have a kind of a horde rush type mission that you can go and take part of, and supposedly you can go and do it solo, or you can do it in a group, and it's dynamic, and it starts off with an easy wave and then progressively gets harder and harder and harder and harder, and should propose to be very difficult to complete, but a well-equipped person or group should be able to take it down, and we'll see on how that goes. The other thing is, while in that new area, the spawn system is going to be a dynamic spawn system. In other words, it's not just going to be a random spawn that pops up and that you end up knowing the location of where all the spawns are going to be. It will take into account several different factors, and as you're walking down the street, it'll take into account the terrain around you, the space around you, and what type of spawn that it can put on top of you at that point. So in a wide open area like this right here, you may end up having spawns coming in from over this way, over here, behind you, to the side. You don't know where they're going to spawn, when they're going to spawn, and what's going to spawn. That is going to make that entire zone, well, the entire map should be like that, but will be the first zone to actually have true dynamic spawn system, and we'll see how well that works. I'm expecting it should be a lot of fun, because things are going to be different every time you go in that zone. You're not going to be able to go and just say, okay, there's going to be a spawn up here on the left, don't walk past this trigger, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. Although it is nice having some areas that are predictable. Like if I go into Madison Field Hospital right here, I know where the spawns are, I know where the triggers are for those spawns, and I can just literally just walk through there and know what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. They're all predictable, and all the missions are predictable, because there is no dynamic spawn system. So that whole new area is going to be, what I believe, going to be a buttload of fun. There's also going to be some changes to the rogue system in the Dark Zone, and I personally could care less about the Dark Zone, and I wouldn't care if it actually went away. But the benefits to rogues and to rogue hunters, there's going to be a difference in how that's actually processed. Don't know a whole lot of detail on it just yet, but we'll keep checking into it. Even though I don't care about it, other people do. And moving on to the rumor has it portion, there's actually going to be some new exotic weapons. What they are, we don't know. I've heard some trickle down stuff that it could be based off of, like the SA-58, or could be some of the other weapons that aren't currently being used. And pretty much, is that going to be just a pretty version, like a blue version of a Scar 16, or an engraved shotgun, or silver or gold plated Tech 9? You know, the silver and gold plating thing is nice, don't get me wrong. I'm into my pimp style every now and then. As you see, I've got a few of the exotic guns. You know, the Pecan being one of the most usable, which brings to another quick point, is they're going to rebalance the light machine guns. to make them a little bit better. Another key thing they're going to be doing is weapons that have a slower rate of fire. Just because they have a slower rate of fire, they don't do quite as good as, say, an LVOAC, which may have a higher rate of fire than something else, or like this, the Midas, 550 rounds per minute. Okay, it's very similar to an Uzi, and if you've ever fired a real Uzi, which I have, videos are on my YouTube channel, the lower rate of fire means that it's a really controllable weapon. And I really, really, really enjoy shooting the Uzi. It's a pleasure to shoot. Whenever you're firing full auto, it's very controllable. And whether you're shooting short burst or just doing a mag dump, it's just a lot of fun. And it's very controllable and easy to use. But because it has a lower rate of fire, the current way the system works, it just doesn't do as much damage as, say, an MP7 would, or something with a higher rate of fire is going to get a higher DPS rating or damage rating. The way they're going to go about that is the damage is going to be a flat damage percentage, or a flat damage modifier, instead of just a what they've got now. Let's see, the Hilder, instead of like, well, we'll see, and I'll explain it better once I get a better comprehension of the way it is. But in other words, lower rate of fire weapons are not going to be penalized for having a lower rate of fire. Something like that, or the UMP based weapons, which I think the UMP was a great weapon. I've fired the UMP 40 and 45. I prefer the 45. I have not shot the 9mm version yet, but I do like the UMP 45. It's a good weapon. It's a lower rate of fire. It's controllable. I think it would be a great addition to the game to be able to balance the lower rate of fire, not just submachine guns, but light machine guns, assault rifles, things of that nature. I hate that term, assault rifle. But definitely want to see on that. Now, release date times, it's proposed to be relatively soon for the public test server. PTS should be up sometime mid-month of September, and the first iteration is going to have some bugs and some issues, which is the whole point of having a PTS. So hopefully within about a week and a half, we should see PTS iteration 1 of patch 1.8, and then without too many bugs, we should start seeing information about a release date, and they're hoping for 1st of October, and I would certainly hope so. The sooner the better. I'm ready for some new content. Don't get me wrong, 1.6 was cool. The memorable content from 1.6 is, you have to think about it for a moment, don't you? Honestly, it was just the global event, and since so many people exploited that, it kind of ruined it for everybody. And the specialness of the mask system, that kind of got ruined by people exploiting the system. So now everybody got all the masks. So what are we going to get for the next global event? I don't know. Are they going to bring in some new masks, or what are they going to do? I mean, who knows? We'll have to see on that. There's no mention of what the new rewards are, but I'm kind of hoping that they don't release global event, but also do at the same time they release 1.8, because when 1.8 goes live, everybody's going to be rushing to the new areas and the new content. And honestly, I'd like to experience the new area without a global event modifier system in place. But then again, I would like to experience it with it. So it's kind of a back and forth there. So I guess I can take it either way, because the modifiers for assault type on the global event You know, the last one we had was Outbreak, and the closer you got to, if you had all the modifiers on, you started getting close to the enemy, you started getting infected, and you started taking pretty good damage. Alright? As opposed to that, in Assault, whenever you get a bonus for getting closer to your target, and you get real close to your target and start dumping lead, you're going to get bonus modifiers to your damage for being closer. And the enemy get a bonus modifier for being farther away to inflict damage on you. So snipers are going to be lethal, and you're going to be lethal getting up close and personal. And the one thing I can recommend is go ahead and build you a good D3 FNC set with a good SMG, and I will go back to one of my builds that I used previously, and I'm going to start rebuilding my D3 set and getting prepared for the next global event, because a good D3 FNC or frontline set, whenever you've got that modifier going, and I tried this on the PTS whenever they were testing out the assault modifiers, holy crap. Yeah, bosses melt even with a marginally built set. So you can imagine a good built D3 FNC set with some classified gear thrown in. Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to that. Another quick thing with the coming of 1.8, I don't know if you've noticed, but if you want to collect Division Tech, pretty much the only spot you're going to get Division Tech is going to be in the Dark Zone. So you have to venture in there. And okay, that's fine, because really and truly, what the hell do you use Division Tech for? You can break it down into other materials and use it for crafting garbage. Well, in 1.8, Division Tech is actually going to be moved out of the Dark Zone, so you can obtain it. For people who don't want to do PvP, you don't have to be restricted to going into the Dark Zone for Division Tech. You'll be able to get Division Tech in the Light Zone, and also Division Tech will be much more useful at this point now. It'll actually be useful for your crafting. And now there is a rumor, and I don't know how true it's going to be, but the rumor has it that you'll be able to use Division Tech to maybe convert a gear set item into a classified gear set item. Yeah, that's going to be fun. So Division Tech farming is going to be the new farming method. Right now everybody's trying to farm what they can. Killing named bosses has a percentage of chance of dropping a classified gear item now. Not sure how many people actually know that. So you get out there and kill a named boss, and it, in theory, should potentially drop a classified gear piece. Not sure if it's going to be the other 3 sets. I know right now there's only 3 sets that was released in the last of the you bastards are eating up all my damn med kits. Y'all suck. Yeah, not sure if that includes the other 3 gear sets, but yeah, we'll have to see on that. I will actually do some testing and see if I can come up with that. But I just want to cover some topics on 1.8, and I need to get my butt outside and start doing some yard work. It's a beautiful day outside for it. It's not hot, it's not cold, it's not raining for once. It's been raining pretty much steady off and on the entire week. So I need to get my butt outside and do some yard work after a quick lunch. Alright guys, make sure, and gals, make sure you please leave a comment. Please leave comments. Please like, dislike, and definitely subscribe. I need subscribers, so please subscribe, and hope to see you on the next video. Thanks. Bye.